From love bombing to devaluation did not take place because you did something wrong. You didn't cause that. At the beginning of the relationship, the narcissist completely puts you on a pedestal and they actually see you as this perfect human being with no flaws, and they feel like you have come into their life to fix all of their problems. Now, the reality is that none of us are perfect and we all have flaws. So one day when the narcissist notices that you are a human being with flaws like we all have, they feel like you tricked them because you are not living up to this perfect version of you that they created in their head. So this is when the devaluation and the abuse begins. And as the relationship progresses, eventually you start calling them out for their behavior. You start trying to hold them accountable for their behavior, which they hate because narcissists go through life lying to themselves, living in a facade, avoiding accountability to ultimately avoid the shame behind the fact that they're actually a fucked up person. And then here you come wanting to talk about the exact fucked up behavior that they're trying to avoid accountability for that triggers their shame. You become a reminder of the exact reality that they're trying to avoid. Your existence becomes a trigger for their shame. Your presence starts making it impossible for them to compartmentalize things the way that they want to. Narcissists use people as supply to validate the facade that they're trying to live in where they're a good person. You calling out their behavior literally becomes a disruption to that facade that they're trying to live in. But instead of self-reflecting and seeing that they are the cause of all of their own problems, they just keep blaming everything on you. But because at one point during the love bombing phase, you saw a wonderful version of them. And because sometimes they still give you glimpses of that same wonderful version of them, you believe that it's your fault. You believe that they don't treat you that way anymore because you're not doing enough. So you start bending over backwards, giving more, trying harder, but nothing is ever good enough because they're a black hole. They are a bottomless pit. But because nothing you do seems to be enough to get that person from the beginning back, you continue to blame yourself. So this is your reminder that that shit is not your fault. The narcissist did not start treating you differently because there's something wrong with you. The narcissist started treating you differently because there's something wrong with them.